hand fishing at night for huge long-nosed gar, surrounded by danger.
Get me out of here. What?
Almost drowned, man, almost.
Look at the needle-like teeth on this fish.
Long-nosed gar are lightning fast and powerful, the second largest predator in this river. But the number one predator will also be watching us. They own this world at night. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. Darkness is falling on a North Florida river that is so wild. You would think twice about swimming here in the daytime, much less at night. But that is exactly why I'm here. We are all aware how dangerous this is. But it feels like we are being drawn into the darkness by a powerful force. So we keep our mind on tonight's mission, to locate and hand catch long-nosed gar. My cameraman Cuete and I have explored these waters at night many times, but it's always risky. Tonight, I'm going upriver in one of the most savage and wild rivers that I know. It is one of the most favorite places that I have on earth. This place is full of alligators, it's full of fish, it's full of water moccasins, it's high adventure and danger everywhere. But tonight, I am hand fishing. I am particularly looking for long-nosed gars. A long-nosed gar is a powerful, massive, incredible game fish. It is like a bronze fish. It is armored bronze. It is slimy, hard to hold, incredibly fast, and agile. And I'm going to be going at them at night with lights. We're going to try to confuse them with the lights and get close enough to grab them. It is an incredibly challenging adventure to do this. This river feels so ancient to me. That is part of the mystery of this place, and why I love it so much.
Benny, what we're going to do is we're going to ease up here. And all these corners, you know, where these curves are in this river, that water kind of just spins and moves slower. Those gar will lay up there, and they wait till the fish come out, and they come out and smack them.
Yeah, they're not heavy everywhere. They got their favorite spots they're hanging out in, and that's why I got to find, you know.
Yeah, there's a few corners up here on this river I know that always hold them, so that's usually where we can find some pretty good ones.
Usually I got to go from hole to hole, because I may go into one hole, they scatter, and then they run to another hole. They go up and down a creek, up and down current.
If a big hairy guy was chasing me, he'd probably scattered too, brother. Sorry. Just keeping it real.
I gotta be stealthy. Stealthy is the name. There's a lot of, the water is high and the forest is flooded everywhere, so they can be inside the vegetation.
Yeah, we've had like a month of solid rain, so our water's up like 4 feet on this river. All the aquifer is great, so the spring is pumping water. Our current is ripping right now.
There are many ways to catch fish. Bow fishing, rod and reel, spear fishing. I like them all, but I prefer hand fishing. Hand fishing to me is the most challenging, the most demanding. I mean, I'm out here in the middle of the night and the water's infested with alligator. There's water moccasins, catching fish that swim in mid-water. Unlike noodling where they go in a hole. Most of the fish I'm gonna be catching are long-nosed gars, which they're fast and elusive, and I gotta catch them mid-water. So I'm putting all of me to the test. I gotta watch behind me to make sure I don't get attacked by an alligator. When I'm struggling with a fish, I gotta be alert. I gotta make sure my cameraman Quentin's alert. And this is gonna be exciting. This is high adventure, maximum high adventure.
Man, what a beautiful night.
Yeah, it's nice.
Incredible night. Wow. Couldn't ask for better weather either. Right now we're about 30 minutes before complete sundown and it's really dark. We're actually only maybe 10-15 minutes from where we're going to stop at. What we're doing is we came all the way up river. The current is ripping right now. We're going to get up river. We'll drop Manny off and we'll ease down the river with him, back off of him a little ways so that he can, get up on the fish without us spooking him. And we're just going to follow him down river so he doesn't have to fight this current the whole way. He's going to get into so many fish, going 6-7 miles down this river in the middle of the night. There's no telling what the heck he's going to run into. I mean, who knows? And with Manny, if it's in there, he's going to find it.
Tonight will be exciting, challenging, and extremely dangerous. But for me, this is the ultimate fishing high, and monster gar are out there. I am preparing to explore one of North Florida's wildest sections of river. I have come here to catch huge long-nosed gar with only my hands and a flashlight. Adventure and danger are both alive and well in this eerie world that few humans ever see.
Manny, this is a good spot right here. See how this water slows down in this curve? It slows down, you got all that cover right there, the gar will just lay up underneath it. And you got a double bend on the river here. I've seen some giants in there. I can guarantee you we'll get into some big ones in there.
We got to find the deep spot where the water swirls.
Exactly. That's what these two corners we came through. They have some really deep 20-25 foot holes.
You saw one cruising over the shore a minute ago.
A while ago. It's cruising by
That's
us.
a good sign. At least we're seeing them already.
All right, Manny. It's go time. Get your shit on. This is where we're stopping.
I'm glad Quinta's already dressed. Usually it takes him longer with all the camera equipment. It's working. Actually, it is spooky out here at night. It is more dangerous, but it's an advantage for me. Because when you put a light on a fish or a gar, he doesn't see you coming. The light confuses the fish. And then it gives me a chance to sneak up on him. In broad daylight, the only way I can grab a gar if he's swimming through heavy weeds and he doesn't see my hands coming. So I have to ambush him. But at night, it gives me more room to ambush the fish. So it is an advantage. So it is the best time to do it, but it's also you're putting yourself at more danger, at more risk.
The lights on my camera are very powerful LED lights. They serve two purposes. One is to light the scene, and the other is to help blind the fish when Manny is approaching it, so it makes it a little bit easier for him to catch it.
Okay, these bugs are swarming in the air we breathe. So when we breathe up our snorkel, we just sort of so on top of everything else, we have to deal with that. But that's part of it. You want to catch fish, you got to be in the wilderness. That's part of it. Tonight there is no moon. It is pitch black all around us. Our lights are powerful, but can only show us fleeting glimpses of this dark world. Moments into our dive, I spot a familiar sight on the bottom. Resting on a log, a giant Glaucastinus. The same suckerfish you buy for your aquarium, only supersized. Be a good warm-up for my hand-catching skills. This here is a huge Glaucastinus. It's an alien species. He's heavily armored. He's got spikes everywhere. If you don't have gloves and you grab him, he will cut your hand up. I mean, he's not a pretty fish. Look at the underneath. Look at his mouth. He's very tough, very hard. It's like made out of super material. But anyways, this is a nice fish, nice Bocassinus. But I'm gonna keep looking for, I'm gonna let him go, keep looking for gars. As I drift with the current and scan with my flashlight, I suddenly spot the cigar shape of a long-nosed gar cruising along below me. I keep the light on the gar's eyes. This makes it impossible for him to see me. And at the last moment, I drop the flashlight and grab the gar with both hands by the long bill filled with needle-sharp teeth. My first long-nosed gar of the night. I feel good when I catch one of these. Look at that. His bill is just like it's like a game fish, like a sailfish from the ocean. But if you look at him, the way he's built, so streamlined, so powerful, and so quick. He's among the fastest fish probably in this river right here. Look at that. It's probably the fastest gar there is. Bronze, you looking at? Look at that. Let me show the other part. Let's see if I can get it. Look at his teeth. Yeah, I don't want to get my finger caught in his mouth. I gotta be real careful. But this fish, wow. Okay, I'm gonna put him back and let him go. Carefully get my hands out of there. And to me, that is one of my most favorite challenges, to hand catch a fish, like any fish by hand, but especially a long-nosed gar. It is an incredible challenge. This is fishing at its finest. It is an art. This is high adventure. You have no idea what it feels like to catch a fish like that by hand. It is a pitch black moonless night. I am exploring a wild Florida river. I'm here to catch giant long-nosed gar with only my hands and a flashlight. So far, I have caught a giant suckerfish and a medium-sized gar. But I know out there in the dark, a giant long-nosed gar is lurking. And so are the muggers. This river is full of long-nosed gar. I know because I see them every time I come here, including giants over 6 feet long. And that is the encounter I am hoping for. The next fish is the average size of 3 feet. Still a powerful fish and a challenging catch. And I nailed this one. It has taken me years to learn how to do this. It is an incredible rush to grab a fish this big in mid-water. Hold it in your hands and then release it. Another beautiful gar, man. Look at this. Beautiful, man. Whoa. Man, every time I grab one, I gotta hold them for a little while, let them tire for a few seconds before I lift them up because my hands can't hold them. I gotta use my whole body to hold them. At any minute, he can break loose from me. Wow. There's quite a few of them in this river. This guy is probably about 3.5 feet, but they got some in here that are up to like close to 6 feet, man. Monstrous out here. Okay, I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna look for some more. See if I can find some bigger ones. We approach a giant mat of floating weeds, a common sight along the shore of this river. I have never considered them dangerous, but I am about to learn a lesson I will never forget. I spot a long-nosed gar below me and dive down to grab it. But I miss the catch and he gets away. Already short of breath from swimming, I head up for air, only to run into the mat of weeds. and I can't break through. It must be 3 feet thick. I have no idea which way to swim. I am only seconds from blacking out. I am drowning and I know it. But I make it out alive. My cameraman, Cuete, finally finds his way out, but he is very shook up. Cuete, find my light.
Get me out of here.
What?
I almost drowned.
I almost lost you. Shut my head. Where's the light?
Oh, God.
I almost drowned. I knocked this thing off my head, Rod, and gotta take it off. I almost drowned, man. Almost. I was following this big gar, right? And he kept going under. And I'm chasing him about out of air. I'm about to grab him. When I come up, I'm underneath a huge pad. I can't come up for air. I'm stuck in there. I don't know which is the way out. I drop my light in the confusion. And I'm just swimming like crazy, trying to find my way out of there. I tried to break my head to the pad, like I've done with alligators before. I could not break through it. There's so much vegetation. There was so much vegetation, I could not break through it. Another dangerous thing about this thing, you know, you're following a fish and there's this wall on top of the surface. You chase a fish, it's pitch dark, you don't see anything, you're way in there. When you come up, you can't come up for air.
Damn. Couldn't find the way out. I was out of breath. And I hit this mat right here. It's gotta be 2 or 3 feet thick, and I couldn't break out of it. I had to know which way to get out. So I figured, okay, I'm either gonna swim to shore or swim out under it. Wow.
Well, I'm gonna take a few minutes. I'm gonna catch my breath, let my body reoxygenate, get back to normal. I am not gonna make the same mistake again that I just did. I'm gonna watch out for it. But understand, this is a very dark night. When you look up, you can't see nothing. There's no bearing of any kind whatsoever. I got a little flashlight in front of me, and it's a dark world all around me, full of everything. There's branches, weeds, holes, current. I don't know what I'm running into. And in the midst of all that, I'm trying to catch a fish. Trapped in the amount of weeds. We almost pay for this mistake with our lives.
Get me out of here.
What?
I almost drowned.
Cuete and I almost drowned under a pad of weeds. This time, we're already rested up. We're going to be more careful. When we go back in there, I don't ever want to put myself in that situation again. Along the bank, in the heavy vegetation, a 9-foot alligator is resting on the bottom. This guy could easily tear an arm or leg off. And he will probably drown you before he let go. If he didn't swim off with you and stuff you under the bank. We move on, and as we pass for an area of sand and eelgrass, I spot the shape of a monster-sized long-nosed gar, resting just off the bottom. I carefully dive down and make my approach as stealthy as I can, keeping my light on his eyes. This is a serious fish to be grabbing a hold of. The biggest gar I have ever attempted. It feels like it's made of spring steel. There is no way I could hold this fish without wrapping my legs around him. I got a monster! I got a monster! I struggle to make it to shore. Trying to swim with this fish and keep my head above water is not working. This guy is at least 5 feet long. He's super heavy, super powerful. Incredible, incredible. Let's see. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that. This is, they get not much bigger than this. This is a really, really, really nice long-nosed gar, man. This is a trophy right here. I'm enjoying the moment, man, right there. Look at that. He's so powerful. I've had him around how long. He's still fighting me with everything he's got. I even want to show a good look at him. Look at his eyes and everything. The speed, this fish. Man, when I was going down on him, and I put the light, I slowly brought that. I said, I'm telling myself, don't mess this one up, don't mess this one up. You might not get another chance in. And I grabbed his snout right there. That's the only way I can hold him. I got to hold him my snout and hold him my legs. With everything I got, with both of my arms and both of my legs, it was so bad that I couldn't make it to shore. I had to have Quet to push me in because I was just everything I could. I could just hold him. I could not swim and hold him at the same time. I needed to be pushed ashore. This fish, if you bow hunters have put an arrow in him, it'll drag buoys, it'll drag a boat. Man, tonight, it's not daytime. This was an incredible, I got 3 long-nosed scars, including a big, fat, massive one. I got a placostomus. We had an alligator encounter. We almost drowned. This has been a super, super adventurous night. I'm glad we didn't drown, because that way you can join us next week on Savage Wild.